My name is Stacy McConnell. I'm a physical therapist at St. Elizabeth Sports Medicine. And on this video we're going to talk about getting stronger so you can, your distance running is better. The Flying Pig course is a demanding course. It's got some hills on it. Going uphill, downhill requires quite a bit of strength, more so than maybe a flat course. And running itself is, some people call it a contact sport. When you land at 3 times your body weight, and it requires a great deal of strength. One of the biggest phases or the longest phases in the running cycle is when your foot's on the ground. So when you're thinking about strengthening exercises, you want to think about those exercises where your foot is in contact with the ground, for the most part. So Lindsay's here. We're going to go through what might be some good things to do. These things, before we start, might be good to be added in the middle of your week, kind of not the day after your long run, but maybe a couple days after your long run, and really be added carefully, because your legs are already working. So when you're going to add some strength things to your legs, you're going to want to be careful that you keep the reps down around 15 to 20 at the most, and then you start out with one set to make sure you don't get too much muscle fatigue. So Lindsay, I'm going to have you come on over here and just show everybody a simple squat. So grab a chair at your house, and we'll have you stand in front of the chair for the first one. And I just want to use like both legs to squat back over this chair. And that way, if you happen to go back too far, you can just sit in the chair. All right, so go ahead and show everybody a nice squat. Good, come on back up. Good. So obviously you don't run on both legs at the same time, but it's a good way to start your exercises. So we'll have you do a few of those. And every time she goes back over that chair, she's taking her hands forward so she doesn't fall over backwards. A great way to start your strength program. Do about 15 of these. Okay, good. Let's show everybody another one. If those go well for you and you want to get to something more difficult, we said that running is landing on one leg. And what happens when you land on one leg requires a lot of strength. You want to control that landing. So after resting, you've done 15 to 20 of those, rest for a good minute, but then try a single leg squat. You should hang on with your opposite hand when you're first starting out. So Lindsay will hang on with her left hand and stand on her right leg. And then she'll go ahead and do a single leg squat. Good. How does that feel?
Good.
Okay, good. And when she's going down, she's kind of sitting into her buttock on the right side. And that's really important. And think about when you're doing these exercises, your posture. We talked about one of the posture in another episode. So you're going to stay nice and upright and looking forward. And then you're going to look for carryover from this single leg squat to running. So that's the whole leg. Let's break down some strength into maybe working mostly quads. So I'm going to have you do a lunge. Good. And then back. Good. And you could do kind of in the other leg too. You can alternate. And then you can go right, left, alternating until about 15 or 20. And again, just start with one set so you don't get too sore from these. But if you're on your run and you've done these strength exercises, you're going to feel better about being out there than if you haven't done these strength things. All right. If you want to walk the lunge across the floor, you can do that too, but you don't have to. Quite a bit of muscle activity with just the standing lunge. Another one, to get your hamstring going up the Flying Pig course. A lot of ascent, a lot of elevation with that. So you want to have good glutes, good hamstring. We do a hamstring reach that keeps the foot on the ground. So Lindsay, go ahead and show a hamstring reach. Good. Come on back up. So what she's doing, you can stay on one leg or alternate. And I'm going to have you do it on your right leg here. And you'll notice that her knee is just soft. It's not locked back or flexed. And it stays like that the whole time she does it. And you'll notice she bends forward when she goes down and kind of reaches toward the floor. You don't have to touch the floor. And then come on back up. And we don't want to stay in that position, so you just move into it and out of it. Let's go ahead and do a couple more. Think about raising that back leg as well. That's a really good way to think about it. It's great for balance. It helps the ankle, knee, and hip all work together. For the next exercise, and the last one for today, is going to be calf raises. Calf raises are really good, especially if you're not a 4-foot striker. If you are, more than likely your calf is overdeveloped, looks good, and it is pretty much worked out, pretty strong. But if you're a heel striker or mid-foot striker, maybe you don't have that good calf strength. So what you might want to do is find a ledge like this one, and just go ahead and stand on it. And do these exercises with your shoes on, by the way, so you don't get any foot problems. Plus, you're going to be running in those shoes. So there's good carryover to the event. And what I'm going to have you do is just go up on your toes and down. You don't want to bounce or move quickly. You want to move smoothly so you don't get hurt from the well-intended strength exercises. Again, stopping at 15 or 20 so you don't do too much too soon. This is a great way you can see some of the definition in your calf. And that'll keep you protected while you're out there running. Good. I want you to consider doing some strength activities if you're not already doing those as a way to stay out on the run. So thanks, Lindsay.